Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a bit of a different video. I have my notes with me. It's kind of, well, it is on a serious topic with how I'm feeling at the moment. And yeah, so I'll probably keep looking down at my notes. As you can probably see from the title, recently I have suffered quite a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot, with my anxiety, or mental health as people call it. I feel the need to share it with you guys just so that in a way I can accept it for myself, that yes, I have it, and that it is okay to talk about it. I feel like that's what I need, like just someone, I know it's a camera right now, but I need someone to help me go through it, and hopefully by making this video I can help some of you guys if you have any anxiety or worries or any struggles or anything, that it kind of like helps, well, makes you feel like you're not alone. So yeah, I have seen a lot of YouTubers or just ordinary people talk about it recently. And yeah, I feel like I need to share my story with you lot too, so let's get into the video. So, right, where do I start? I don't even know where to start right now, because it's just, I have had it like my whole life, so, and I'm 21 now, so yeah. Basically, let me give you a bit of history on myself. When I was 14 months old, I was rushed into hospital as I had a burst appendix which caused, is it septicemia and peritonitis, or I don't know, one of those or whatever. So yeah, I was seriously ill, and they operated on me there and then. I have looked back at the notes, which I probably shouldn't have done, but in my folder it did say that my heart did give out a couple of times, but they brought me back. So yeah, I was like, I got sent from one hospital and they thought, oh, just send her home, she'll be fine. And then my mum and dad knew that something was seriously wrong, so I was rushed in an ambulance to John Radcliffe Hospital, where they just literally cut me open, and yeah, it was a mess. But yeah, okay, that's like back then. I don't know if that was the trigger to my anxiety and my worries. It could be, so that's why I thought I'd include that bit. But yeah, anyway, I was fine until I was in about year 4 or 5 at primary school. I would constantly have a panic attack and ask if I'm alright. I'd ask other people. I'd get them to check my pulse. I was worried basically that my heart was going to stop. There was also a number of things I was worried about. The weather, because on the news it would say, I would look at America's weather, so like tornadoes, hurricanes, all that stuff. I didn't ever want to leave mum and dad. Yeah, I was just frightened by death and all sorts of things. When I was in year 6, I went to the doctors and they sent me to Stoke Mandeville Hospital to just check that everything's fine with me. They hooked me up onto a heart monitor. I remember that bit. And then they took my mum and dad outside to explain everything, and I think everything was okay. But basically then I think they just classed it as me having panic attacks. Yeah, it was year 6, after the exams, or just before, because I remember I had to come back into school later to get my results. I was referred to the Sue Nichols Centre, or other people may call it CAMS. Is it the Children's and Adolescents Mental Health Service. Basically, I had CBT, which is cognitive behavioural therapy, and I spoke about everything and how to relax myself if I was ever going through a panic attack and everything like that. I loved the sessions, but the only thing I didn't like about it was that I had to leave Mum. I could only go in there, although obviously afterwards you could bring your mum back in and explain what you did. Yeah, I remember I was at the cinema, I was still about the same age, year 6 age. I was at the cinema with my mum, dad, Dan, my brother I think, and my uncle and my little cousin. We were watching Cars, the first movie. I started breathing funny and I still remember it. I still remember everything, to be honest. That it felt like I just couldn't breathe. So I was like hyperventilating. So my mum and my brother weren't in the film with us in the film. They were out shopping, I think. So my dad took me out to go and find them, and that calmed me down just to get myself back together again. And then pretty much like 3/4 of the way back through the film, I went back in and joined my cousin and my uncle. So, and I remember just people staring at me as I was going down the steps from my seat. I was then completely fine through secondary school and college. No panic attacks, only just little ones to myself, like nothing major. Though I was always the quiet one. The only thing through secondary and college I hated was, you know, in exams, you'd have to speak in front of the whole class about your project or something like that. Yeah, I hated that, and I would always ask to do it with just like in my lunch break or something, so I wasn't in front of people, because I just could not do that. If Mum and Dad ever went out, I would always message them and ask them to text me when they're coming back home, so I know, and I was always looking out for them. I was always staying up, which it should be the other way around. If I was going out, they'd be worried about me, but instead I was worried about them. So yeah, it was a bit of a strange one, like role reversal. Yeah, I was always just worried about everything, thinking the worst of situations. But yeah, then we come to about the start of 2017. So like I said, I was fine through secondary and college, and then I got to the start of 2017. Bearing in mind I finished school in 2012, finished college in 2014, so then 2017 was the year it came back, and it hit me hard. It just got so much worse. I was always having panic attacks, I was going dizzy, hyperventilating, you name it, everything. I was in and out of the doctors, and they thought I had, well, I probably did have it, I don't know, but labyrinthitis, which is the reason why I was going dizzy all the time. I was feeling weak and dizzy. Got given tablets for that, and it eased. I was off work for about a week or two till I was better. Yeah, I was just basically in and out of work, feeling sick all the time. Don't know why, it just suddenly came and hit me hard. It also got, so that was like the start of 2017, and in May that year, my birthday. Bearing in mind, 21's meant to be like your special birthday, like, you know, you're allowed to do everything now, pretty much. I was having a meal with all of my family, so just quickly name them. Me, Tim, Dad, Mum, Michelle, Dad's girlfriend, Tim's dad and his girlfriend, Tim's sister, my uncle, everyone basically was there. We were having a meal, I was opening my presents, and I felt really ill. I I remember I was opening like the presents and I was just feeling just sick, and then I thought I won't be able to eat dinner, which I didn't. And I need to eat because there's nothing much of me anyway. And I mean, I love food, don't get me wrong, but I just could not eat. And I remember it was just it was a lamb shank, so it was massive, and every time I tried eating it, I just felt sick, thought I was going to throw up. So I ended up crying, well, in tears, and I don't know why. And then, yeah, so that's not a way that you want to spend your 21st birthday, is it? Crying. Then it came to the middle of August, where everything took a turn for the worst yet again. Everyone at my work was made redundant. So yeah, I was in tears. I was stressed that no one would understand me like they did. Like they all reassured me with everything. They knew me. And now everything's gonna change, and I thought no one was gonna help me the way that they did. So I was like stressed about that, and I was like so bad. I went to the doctors about it, and they prescribed me propranolol, which is a kind of beta blockers. So yeah, I got given that. Oh, and sickness tablets as well. But I didn't actually take any because I was too scared of taking them, because I didn't know what the effects would be. I didn't want to be out of it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I didn't take them. I was okay for a while. I found a new job. That was going well. But yeah, then again I started to feel run down, thinking the worst of things. It's always hard when you start at a new place because no one knows you. So if you have a panic attack, you're going to like freak out, and everyone's going to wonder what's happening and everything like that. So yeah, but luckily they're all really nice. So start of 2018, again I'm the same as what I was like last year, just feeling really down, worried, stressed, feeling like everything's just not going right. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, when I went to the doctors last year, they did actually give me a blood test just to double check that everything's fine, and luckily they were all good. So I don't know why. I always worry about my health as well, so yeah. There was another time where I was actually driving back home from my dad's, and the worst place to have a panic attack is in your car while you're driving alone. Not a great place. It was like, I think it was dark. Yeah, it was dark. And I was following a lorry which had like all these pretty lights on it. I think, well, it was just like making me feel really dizzy. And I don't know why. And I was like working myself up, could feel my heart racing. And I thought, I'm going to have to pull over, because if I don't want to pass out at the wheel, have an accident or anything like that. So I quickly pulled into the next turning and quickly rang my dad, and I'm not lying to you when I say this, but I literally thought I was having a heart attack. My heart was beating so fast, I didn't know how to slow it down. I was shaking so much. I opened my window, I was on the phone to Dad, and luckily that kind of like calmed me down a bit and got me home. But that topped it for me. I knew I've got to do something now. I've got to try and help myself to get better. Yeah, that's when it triggered that I actually do need to take these propranolol tablets. And my family have been like making sure that I do take them or start them, because I don't know what I'll be like until I try it. So yeah, I mean, the start of it, I was feeling like really sick with it, but I think it's just my body getting used to it. I don't really notice a difference though, to be honest, because it's just a fight or flight response. It like calms it down or something like that. So, but yeah, it was like I'd only started taking the tablets, I'd say, for a couple of days, and while I was at work, when was it? Not last week, but the week before, I had a massive panic attack as well. Like literally, I had to go to the back. I was crying. I had taken my tablet that day, but it just obviously hadn't kicked in or anything, and I had to go home. I was off work for a couple of days to try and get myself sorted, because I just can't carry on like that. It's horrible. And I tried to get into the doctors, which I struggled for a couple of days. And on the Friday, I managed to get a telephone appointment with a doctor, and he suggested that I go and see him Monday, which has just been, and basically it's the same as what he told me on the phone. There's 3 steps that they can do to help me. The first step was self-referral to Healthy Minds. He said he wouldn't refer me just because when doctors refer people, they tend not to go to like the appointments made by at Healthy Minds, which I thought, well, I'll turn up. And apparently there's like an 18-week waiting list for them. So I had to go online and fill out the self-referral form, which I have done, and yeah, they rang me back the next day, and I have a telephone appointment with them in a couple of weeks' time, which I wish it was sooner, because I just really want to get sorted out right now. But hey, lots of other people are going through the same thing as me, or worse even, so yeah, I'll just have to wait. But yeah, I want to have CBT again. I need a one-to-one. I don't want a telephone call. I hate answering telephone calls as well. That's another thing. Like, if my phone rings, I leave it. I can't even listen to the voice message. So yeah, that's how bad I am with that. So I am dreading this phone call, but I know I've got to do it to get better. The second step was more propranolol. So I've got more of those tablets to keep me going. It was just other remedies to just help me to get better in myself. So look on sites to get information, although I already know everything possible about panic attacks and anxiety. So yeah, there's that option as well. But yeah, anyway, that's up to now, up to this point, and I'm still having them. I had one last night, so it's frequent. Yeah, it's frequent, and I literally do not know what triggers them at all. It may have been that time when I was younger. I wouldn't have remembered anything from when I was 14 months old, bearing in mind, but I have grown up to know the facts, and don't know if that's what I have or what, but I just know I really want to get it sorted, because it can't keep going on, as it's affecting my work and everything. And luckily I have really good friends and family to support me, so they understand where I'm coming from. Obviously they've had to deal with me like being like this all of my life, but yeah, I know it's probably it is frustrating for them, because they don't know what they can do to help me, and I don't know what I can do to help me. So like when they say, oh, calm down, take deep breaths and think of something else, play some music just to relax you, I'm in such a state that I'm like, I can't do anything right now, I need you. Like, I just can't take my mind off of it. My brain is in overdrive, and yeah, basically how I'm feeling is sometimes I'm sad, worried, anxious, feeling sick, feeling dizzy, and yeah, it's just becoming so frequent. I need to start focusing on myself and not on other people, because I always think, oh, what do they think of me? Like, I know, and there is a major one that I think people think of me is, well, I get it a lot, I get it all the time with how skinny I am, and it does affect me. People may not know this, but it does affect when people keep saying it, because I know I am. It's the way I am. Like, I eat and eat and eat, and it just doesn't, like, I can't put on weight, so it's not that I don't know. Tell me something new. Yeah, it is frustrating, and the only way I am going to get better is by having a one-to-one with someone to do CBT like I did as a kid, because obviously that worked. I was fine from secondary to college, so why has it all suddenly come back and hit me really hard? And I'll probably like remember bits now that when I end this video, I'm probably going to think, oh, I should have added that in, but I literally cannot remember it all. It's years and years like worth of panic attacks and stuff that I've had to deal with. But yeah, I thought I'd just make this video just so that you guys can know me a little bit better about how, when I say I've had a bit of a tough week, that's how I'm feeling. And hopefully you guys, if you suffer as well, can have a bit of comfort knowing that you're not alone. And I suppose I would say that this is the first step of me accepting that I've got anxiety. Like, I'm trying to help myself. This is it now. I need to get better. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I have rambled on for too long. It's saying that I have been talking for like 24 minutes, which is why my voice has got deeper and more croaky. But anyway, I hope you guys have liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you with my weekend vlog, which I'll be filming tomorrow because it'll be Saturday tomorrow. But yeah, if you haven't already, I've also uploaded my vlog from last weekend, so go and check that one out. Moving the narrowboat in the rain. But yeah, anyway, I keep talking, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Night, guys.